Haru was the kind of person who preferred to stay completely invisible. In a university bustling with thousands of students, loud chatter, and chaotic energy, Haru had found his sanctuary. It was the deepest, most isolated corner of the third-floor library. Surrounded by towering stacks of ancient, dusty textbooks, he felt safe. Here, under the soft, warm glow of a single desk lamp, nobody looked at him. Nobody tried to talk to him. He could just blend into the shadows and exist peacefully. Haru took a slow breath, turning the page of his book, enjoying the predictable comfort of his routine. He liked his life quiet. He liked it gray. He truly believed that if he didn't let anyone close, he would never get hurt, and he would never have to deal with the messy complications of feelings. But predictability is a fragile thing, and Haru's quiet world was about to be completely shattered. Someone was sitting down, not just anywhere in the library, but directly across from him, at his private, hidden table. Slowly, carefully, Haru peeked over the top of his thick textbook. Sitting across from him was a boy with messy, sun-kissed brown hair and a casual, green jacket. Around his neck hung a vintage, well-worn camera. It was Ren. Everyone on campus knew Ren. He was the star student of the photography department, famous for his bright energy, his easygoing laugh, and his ability to draw people toward him like a magnet. He was everything Haru wasn't. He was loud. He was vibrant. He was full of life. Ren didn't say a word. He didn't ask for permission. He simply set his heavy vintage camera down on the wooden table with a soft thud, rested his chin comfortably on both hands, and just stared. Haru's heart did a sudden, violent flip against his ribs. He felt a hot rush of blood instantly dye his cheeks a faint pink. He quickly pulled his textbook higher, trying to block Ren from view. 2 full minutes passed in absolute silence. Haru tried to read the same sentence over and over again, but the words looked like a blur. He could feel Ren's intense, warm gaze locking onto him, drilling right through the cardboard cover of the textbook. Finally, unable to take the pressure anymore, Haru lowered his book. His dark eyes met Ren's hazel ones. Ren didn't flinch. Instead, his eyes crinkled at the corners, and a slow, incredibly warm, playful smile spread across his face. It was a smile that felt like the first warm day after a brutal winter. And in that exact second, looking into those eyes, Haru had a terrifying realization. His quiet, safe, invisible life was officially over. Ren leaned forward a little bit more, lowering his voice to a soft, conversational whisper so the librarian wouldn't hear them. "Hey, you're Haru, right? From the literature department." Haru swallowed hard, clutching his book tighter. He barely managed a tiny, hesitant nod. "Yes. What? Perfect. I've been looking for you," Ren smiled. "Well, actually, I've been looking for the perfect subject. I need a model for my final spring portfolio project, and I want it to be you." Haru's eyes widened behind his glasses. He shook his head vigorously, his dark hair flying into his eyes. "No, absolutely not. You have the wrong person. I don't do photos. I hate being noticed. Ask someone else. Someone popular." Ren laughed softly. "But I don't want someone popular, Haru. I want you. There's a story in the way you look when you're completely lost in a book. Just give me a chance. Please." "No. Find someone else, please. I want to read." Haru pulled his book up again, signaling the end of the conversation. He expected Ren to get frustrated, to pack up his camera, and leave. But Ren wasn't the type to give up easily. The next day, exactly at 3 p.m., a light shadow fell over Haru's desk. Haru looked up, and there was Ren again. This time, Ren didn't say anything about the project. Instead, he gently slid a small, chilled carton of strawberry milk with a bright pink straw across the table, placing it right next to Haru's notebook. "I noticed you always buy this from the vending machine after your afternoon lecture. Consider it a peace offering." "I can't accept this." "Take it back," Haru muttered, blushing and looking away. "Nope, a gift is a gift. If you don't drink it, it'll just sit here and get warm." For the next 4 days, the exact same routine played out. Every single afternoon at 3 p.m., Ren would appear like clockwork. He would bring strawberry milk, sit across from Haru, and tell him completely ridiculous, terrible jokes just to see how long Haru could keep a straight face. "Hey Haru, why do we tell actors to break a leg?" "I don't know, Ren." "What?" "Because every play has a cast." "Get it? A cast." Haru bit his lower lip. He tried so hard to fight it. He pressed his hand against his mouth, but a small, breathless huff of laughter escaped him. A tiny, genuine, beautiful smile cracked through his stubborn defenses. A sharp, quick camera shutter clicked. Haru startled, his eyes snapping up. Ren was holding his camera, a victorious, ecstatic grin on his face. Got it. See, I knew it. Your smile is the most beautiful thing on this entire campus, Haru. Now you have to let me take your photos. You're unfair, Ren. Fine. Fine. Just for the project. But only on the weekends when the campus is empty. That Saturday, Haru found himself standing in the university's Central Park. The winter had finally dissolved, replaced by a breathtaking sea of fully blooming pink cherry blossom trees. A gentle spring breeze blew through the air, sending thousands of soft pink petals dancing across the stone pathways. Haru felt incredibly awkward, shifting from foot to foot, adjusting his glasses. But Ren made everything feel completely natural. He didn't make Haru pose or stand like a stiff statue. Don't look at the camera, Haru. Just walk. Look at the trees. Just be yourself. I'll catch up. So Haru walked. He looked up at the canopy of pink blossoms, feeling the warmth of the sun on his skin. For the first time in his life, he forgot to worry about who was looking at him. He felt free. He turned back to look at Ren, a gentle, relaxed smile appearing on his lips. Ren stopped in his tracks, raising the camera to his eye, capturing the moment. But as the afternoon went on, Haru began to notice something strange. Whenever they walked side by side, their shoulders would lightly brush against each other. Every time it happened, a small electric shock seemed to travel up Haru's spine. And whenever a stray petal fell into Haru's dark hair, Ren wouldn't tell him. Instead, Ren would step into his personal space, reaching out with a tender, slow movement to brush the petal away, his warm fingertips lingering just a little too long near Haru's ear. Haru noticed that whenever Ren looked through the camera lens, he wasn't adjusting the focus for the beautiful scenery. The lens was always pointed directly at Haru's eyes, Haru's hands, Haru's face. By the time the third week of spring arrived, Haru was completely, deeply, and helplessly in love. He lived for 3 p.m. He lived for the sound of Ren's camera. But then, the worst happened. On Monday, 3 p.m. came and went. The library chair remained empty. On Tuesday, there was no strawberry milk. By Thursday, an entire week had passed, and Ren had completely vanished. He wasn't in the library. He wasn't in the park. He didn't answer his phone. Haru sat alone in his quiet corner, staring at the empty wooden chair across from him. The silence of the library, which used to feel like a protective shield, now felt like a suffocating, miserable prison. A heavy, hollow ache settled deep into his chest. Tears pricked the corners of Haru's eyes. He opened his heavy literature textbook, wanting to just disappear into the pages like he used to. But as he flipped the book open, something fell out of the pages and landed on the table with a soft click. It was a small, pink Polaroid photo. Haru picked it up with trembling fingers. It was a photo of him, taken from a distance, sleeping peacefully at this exact desk. Flipping over the photo, Haru saw Ren's neat, familiar handwriting. It read, "The blossoms are falling fast. Meet me under our big cherry blossom tree before they are all gone. Please don't be late. Ren." Haru didn't think. For the first time in his entire life, he didn't care about the rules. He didn't care that he was in a quiet library. He pushed his chair back with a loud slam, grabbed his bag, and ran. He sprinted down the stairs, burst through the heavy library doors, and ran across the campus. The wind whipped against his face, and his breath burned in his lungs, but he didn't stop. He couldn't stop. He needed to see him. Finally, gasping for air, he reached the Central Park. There, standing under the biggest, oldest cherry blossom tree, was Ren. The wind was blowing heavily, creating a beautiful storm of falling pink petals around him. But Ren didn't have his camera around his neck today. Instead, he was holding a large, thick, beautifully bound leather photo album against his chest. Ren looked up, his face lighting up with absolute relief when he saw Haru running toward him. "Haru, you came. You actually came. Where were you?" Haru cried out, tears spilling over. "You disappeared for a week. No texts, no library, nothing. I thought you just used me for your grade and threw me away." Ren's expression softened into something incredibly tender, almost pained. He stepped forward, holding out the heavy photo album, opening the front cover. I'm so sorry, Haru. I didn't mean to scare you. I vanished because I was locked in the darkroom in the printing lab for 7 days straight. I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. Because I needed to finish this. Look, Haru looked down at the open pages. His breath caught in his throat. The album wasn't a collection of artistic campus scenery. Every single page, every single photograph, was of him. There was a photo of Haru frowning over a difficult textbook. A photo of Haru holding his strawberry milk. A photo of Haru laughing so hard his eyes closed, with pink petals caught in his dark hair. Every image was filled with an overwhelming, undeniable sense of warmth, adoration, and love. When I started this project, my professor told me to capture the essence of spring, Ren said softly, stepping close enough that Haru could feel the heat radiating from him. Ren reached out, his large, warm hands gently closing around Haru's trembling fingers, interlocking them perfectly. I thought about flowers. I thought about the sun. But the moment I sat across from you in that library, I realized something. Spring isn't a season for me anymore, Haru. It's a person. It's you. I spent this whole week printing these because I wanted to show you exactly how beautiful, how bright, and how incredibly loved you are through my eyes. I don't want to be just your photographer, Haru. I want to be the one who stays by your side for every season. I love you. Haru looked down at their joined hands, then up into Ren's honest, shining eyes. The heavy, cold ache in his chest instantly melted away, replaced by a roaring, beautiful warmth. The tears running down his face turned into a bright, radiant, breathless laugh. He squeezed Ren's hands back, leaning his forehead against Ren's shoulder. You're an idiot, Ren. I love you too. Under the canopy of the falling cherry blossoms, surrounded by a world of pink and golden sunset light, Haru knew he didn't want to be invisible anymore. Because his heart had finally found its home. His spring didn't belong to a season anymore. His spring belonged completely and forever to him.